If I were to tell you that approximately 1 in 23 of the people in this crowd have a condition which allows them to see the world in an entirely different way, what would you say? Probably you wouldn't believe it. I mean, everyone sees the world in the same way, don't they? Well, the thing is, they don't.
My understanding of synesthesia is that it's when one or more or two or more of your senses are kind of linked. So you might hear a sound and then you'll see a visual representation of that sound. I've even heard stories of people who see someone that they know and they actually see the name of that person above that person's head.
I have most of my senses merged. So basically I can hear what I touch, hear what I taste, hear what I smell. I can even see what I hear. And also I've got something called ticker tape synesthesia, which is how you see captions just going through across your face. So as I'm speaking, I can see all my words coming at me. That's really part of me, and I wouldn't really want to change that.
My research, it broadly studies how we empathise with pain in others, and my main focus within that area is how some people experience pain when they see others in pain. So it's kind of, you might call it pain contagion. Two main ways that this can manifest. People can acquire it after say an injury, but there's also the people who've always had these experiences, so we call it a congenital kind of manifestation of pain contagion. And what's really interesting is that seems to be related to more positive experiences as well. So higher in empathic concern and being able to take the perspective of others. So it seems to be a more positive phenomena that might facilitate kind of better social outcomes.
I drew this maybe 10 years ago, about the time when I first realised that no, not everyone sees the days of the week like this. So I see Monday as, you know, a light pinkish oval, and then we've got Tuesday as a kind of strange looking yellow rectangle with a little piece cut out of it. Wednesday's a short and fat purple rectangle. Thursday's a diagonal green rectangle, slightly thinner. And Friday is more like a square and it's red, but it kind of reminds me of the internal parts of a car engine, so it's a little bit intricate pattern. And then Saturday and Sunday are thin white rectangles. Sunday's a little bit thinner than Saturday. Over the years I've kind of realised that, you know, certain numbers have colours. Because not every number has a colour for me, I didn't really associate that with this, but you know, 2 has always been red, 3 has always been green. I had completely no idea until maybe I was 9 years old, and my mum just happened to be reading an article in, I don't know, one of those Scholastic magazines, and I was reading over her shoulder and going, oh, that rings a bell, that rings a bell. And then I kind of said to her, you know, I've always seen the days of the week as, you know, colours and shapes, and some numbers have colours. Do you see that? And she kind of went, no, not at all.
I only realised that when I was 17, so it's been a few years, and since then quite a lot of people have learnt about it as well. So whenever I say I have synesthesia, people would be like, oh, that's pretty cool. What's it like?
The most common way of finding out is just when someone tells you or you realise that no, not everyone sees things the way I do.
What researchers has found is that babies are actually born with synesthesia.
You're born with a very interconnected brain, and part of the role of development is to prune back a lot of those connections through experience. So you see the world, you see colours, you see or you hear sounds, you see faces, and the brain gradually, you know, prunes itself down to what's actually an efficient system. So they think that perhaps synesthesia might be caused by still having a high level of interconnection between some of those sensory brain regions.
Kind of think of condition as an illness or a sickness, and I wouldn't say that synesthesia is any of those things. Synesthesia
in its general form is just it's a unique way of experiencing the world, having, you know, multi-sensory interactions. Generally, synesthesia, I wouldn't consider it a disease, I wouldn't consider it a life-threatening condition. It's if anything, it's been shown to be related to higher empathy and higher creativity and other kind of, positive phenomena.
Synaesthesia may cause me to see the world differently.
But it's my way of seeing it.